Hey, so BLEASS has released Tides, a new delay plugin with a twist. You can put effects on the feedback loop. Now for us Bitwig users that's nothing new because we can do it for a long time now, but this is a plugin for everyone, so let's check it out. So as with any other plugin from BLEASS, the UI is very sleek. Everything's simple to use, but of course the plugins let you create complex sounds. Now before going to the main feature of this plugin, there's another thing that it's pretty unique. On this dotted Reid, you can actually click and start dragging the mouse to change the sound of the delay. Because of the sound of it, I believe it's something like a frequency shifter. Everything else is pretty typical for a delay. We even have an input filter. Now, of course, we also have all of these parameters at the bottom, but those are modulators, which I'm going to check out later. Because now is the time to check the feedback effects. We have distortion, dust, bit crush, frequency shifter, pitch shifter, rig modulation, another delay, and many filters. We can choose up to 5 different effects and we cannot repeat them. So the feedback is basically how the output signal is fed back into the plugin. On delays, this causes repetitions because you're feeding the same output on the same machine and so on and so on. Usually the feedback amount is the level. That's why at 100% you will have a constant delay. So if you apply something like a pitch shifter by 1 semitone, each new repetition will increment on 1 semitone. So it will go up in pitch constantly. So it is you're getting like a sound mutation, because with each new repetition, the sound will be affected by the effects once again. Now, a piece of advice, the distortion adds gain to the sound, so keep the feedback lower, otherwise you can get a very loud sound, unless that's what you want. Now with this type of effects, it's easy to start getting crazy kind of sounds. I mean, for instance, just by applying the frequency shifter with the ring modulator and maybe a little bit of bit crushing, this is the result. With that in mind, I worked on 5 presets that are included on the release of this plugin. I made them with percussions in mind, but you can use them for whatever you want. This is yet another work that I do for sound design, so it's great. But besides that, I'm working on other 5 presets that are going to be available for free for my patrons and the channel members. In Patreon, you can even buy the presets without subscribing. Now, of course, for all of the sounds that I made to get to the next level, I used a lot of the modulators. We have 2 macros, 3 LFOs, and 2 envelope followers. Each of the routings can be set differently with bipolar or unipolar and whatever else. This opens up a lot of possibilities because you can control, for instance, the amount of distortion, or start changing the time of the delay, which will give you these pitch kind of glitches. And besides that, you can virtually control all of the parameters that are on the plugin. So you can increase or decrease the feedback, play with the input filter, and everything else. Now, it will be nice to be able to control the XY controls of the inertia, but you can just play around with the mouse and record what you want. With that said, let me show you some of the sounds that I made for this plugin, the ones that comes with the plugin and the ones that I made for my patrons and channel members. Some are very experimental, but others are made with a concept in mind. For instance, kombucha is a way to play with a comb filter effect thanks to the fast times of the delay. default percussion is, well, a way to make like background percussions for a drum. But of course, you know me, so I made this get weirder kind of preset. So as I said, this is a very fun plugin. Of course, if you're a Bitwig user, you can already do this, but as its own plugin is also different. Besides, you have this Inertia XY thingy that makes it great for playing around. If you liked it and you want to buy it, consider using my affiliate link down in the description. Thank you so much for watching, I will see you next time, and bye bye!